Alright, so now let's look at quiz 2, chapter 1 and 2. Alright, you work in the tool department of Lowe's store. Your manager asks you to set up a point of purchase display for a set of 10 wrenches that are on sale this week. He asks you to arrange them in order from the smallest to the largest. So this, many of you got it right except for some. So when you see something like this, if you think, oh, you don't know how to do it, either you make the denominator the same, meaning the bottom make it all to 32, and then you can see which is the biggest and smallest. Or I would suggest for you to just use your calculators, change it all to decimals, all right, and rearrange it from small to big. That would be actually the easiest way to do it. Next, your manager tells you that the sale will be for 1/3 off the regular price. So 1/3 off, meaning you're going to have a 1/3 sale. Okay, that means there'll be 1/3 off. That means people will only pay 2/3 of the regular price. All right, so you take 57 times 2/3, which is 38. Some of you gave me answer as 19. 19 is the discount. So you want to know what's the new sale price? That means sale price is after discount. You take 57 minus 19, you will get the same answer, 38. After the sale is over, your manager asks for the sales figures. If 150 was sold, what is the revenue? Revenue is sales, right? So you take 150, you times 38, you get 5,700. If 6,000 in sales was expected, what was the reduced? Reduced fraction means fraction in the lowest form. Represents the sales actually attained. Okay, what was actually attained? 5,700. What was expected? 6,000. So 57 over 6,000, plug it in your calculator, 19 over 20. All right, this one. This one you just basically got to write it one by one. That would be the best way to do it. Don't go and read and then you get confused. So if you write down one by one, if you go through it one by one, you will see Atlanta to Dallas. Dallas, there's a layover. Layover is like a transit. Then from there you go to Portland. From Portland you go to another layover, and then it's Seattle. All right, so what I would like for you to do is basically write it down one by one. That box that you see in the middle actually says arrows that didn't get captured in here. All right, then you count the total time taken. So meaning you add up everything. You just use the fractions and add it up. Shouldn't be a problem, okay? Use all the fractions there and just add all up. All right, so when you add it all up, you will get 9 hours and 45 minutes. So this 9 hours and 45 minutes tells you the total. Don't go and change to hours and minutes. Put it in your calculator. 2, 1 over 2 plus 1, 1 over 4 plus 3, 3 over 4 plus 1. You get what I mean? Don't change anything to hours and minutes. All right, then whatever that you get in your calculator, after that you change it to hours and minutes. You'll probably get 9.75, so you'll change it to 9 hours and 45 minutes. All right, so I've already taught you if you get something like 3.25, so it's not 3 hours and 25 minutes, it's 3 hours and 0.25 times 60, you understand? All right, you must always take the decimal times 60 because you need to change it to hours and minutes. All right, so now you're departing at 11:30 at night. You would arrive 9 hours and 45 minutes later. So you just add the 9 hours and 45 minutes to 11:30. You will get 9:15 in the morning. All right, but they want you to know what time will you arrive. So now they told you Seattle is on Pacific time, which is 3 hours earlier. So you minus 3. Understand? All right, so if your return flight is scheduled to leave Seattle 10:10 tomorrow night with the same flight times, so you're using exactly the same thing. So you take 10:10, you plus 9 hours and 45 minutes. You will get 7:55 a.m. But now you need to find the time in Atlanta. What they told you earlier, Atlanta is 3 hours earlier, right? The time in Seattle is 3 hours earlier. That's why you minus 3 for the first part. Now you're going back, so you got a plus 3 hours. All right? If the leg from Dallas back to Atlanta is 2/3 of an hour longer, that means that hour is 2/3 of an hour longer. So first of all, I told you 2/3 an hour, you change it to minutes first. You times with 60. Then you add with the time before that, and you will get 11, which is 40 minutes, you will get 11:35. All right. So you are a manager with ACE Foundation. Even this, I saw a lot of you got it wrong. You have been hired to build. Always write down the information one by one. Here the first one. 1 cubic yard of gravel for every 5 feet of wall is written there, right? So you want to build 165 feet of wall. Okay, amount of gravel needed is 33 cubic yard. But all of you got this correct. 33 cubic yard, I think most of you managed to get that 33 cubic yard. Now, if a contractor's wheelbarrow, that means each wheelbarrow can only fit 1/3 cubic yard capacity. How many wheelbarrows do you need? The shortest way to do it is you just take 33, divide by 1/3 now. Because each wheelbarrow, 1/3. How many wheelbarrows you need for 33? You divide it. Okay, so the other way to do it is one wheelbarrow is 1/3 cubic yard. So if you want 1 cubic yard, how many wheelbarrows you need? 3, right? Correct or not? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, that gives you 3/3. So if you want 1 whole cubic yard, you need 3 wheelbarrows. Correct or not? So for 33 cubic yard, you need 99 wheelbarrows. So if you use the method I mentioned earlier, 33 divide by 1/3, you will get 99 also. Second part, I saw most of you got this correct, 7.5 feet per hour. How many hours will it take to build the foundation wall? 22 hours. All right, this one I saw most of you managed to sort of sort it out. All right, here because you got the first one wrong, that's why the second part, this part was already wrong. So this one you write it down one by one. Never do it one shot, always one by one. So now gravel. Each load, that means each wheelbarrow is $4. Just now we had 99 wheelbarrows, right? You times. 165 feet wall, right? You times with 13 because 13 per foot. Per foot, per feet, same thing. Labor cost 62 per hour. So you have 22 hours. Just now we calculated. Now you want to make a profit of 2007, isn't it? So if you want to make a profit of 2007, you've got to increase the price by 2,700. All right. So can you see that I add 2,700? So the total charge will be 6605. Okay. Next one. Jim Bright bought a car at AutoNation. The sticker price was that much. How much did he save? Sticker price is the price of the car that they sell, all right? But he bought it out for lesser, all right? So he saved 2480.98. The tax was 957. Registration and license plate cost that much. What was the total cost of the car? So you just add up everything. You'll get 15,590. Jim makes a down payment of 4,550 and gets an interest free. So you always take the cost minus the down payment and divide 48. You will get the monthly payments. All right, a man gives 50% of his money to his son, 30% to his daughter, 80% of the rest is donated to a trust. If he's left with 16,000 now, how much money did he have in the beginning? So from what I see, most of you got this correct, all right? So if he's left with 16,000, now that is the balance. Always remember the beginning is always 100%. All right, so he gave half the money to his son, 30% to his daughter, okay, and 80% of the balance. Okay, 80% of the balance is donated to a trust. So most of you got this right. If you can't get it, then please come to me. I will teach you how to do it. At a florist, you want to buy 2 dozen. 2 dozen is how many? 1 dozen is 12, 2 dozen is 24. The regular price of roses is $24 per dozen, but the florist has a 1/3 off sale. 1/3 off means you only pay 2/3. So 2/3, meaning you will pay 27 times 2. Why 27 times 2? 2 dozens, right? Times 2/3, which is 36. All right, the gutter of your roof overflows whenever there is more than 1/4 inch of rainfall. What is 1/4 inch? 1/4, 0.25. Yesterday, the rainfall was 23 hundredths. What's 23 hundredths? 23 over 100. In other words, 0.23. 0.23 is less than 0.25. Therefore, the gutter does not overflow. 80 tons of food met only 20% of the food needs in a refugee camp. How much additional food was needed? So now 80 tons is 20%. Additional, you have to make it 100. You want to fill it up means another 80%, right? So you can cross multiply and find. Most of you got this right. Okay, this question, a lot of you ask me whether the question is complete or not. It is complete. So let's go through one by one. Nisa starts her work at 8:30. So you always write down what you write. She spends 1/4. What's 1/4? 1/4. Then you plus 40% of her time. Then you plus 1/5 of her working hours. Okay? All right? For the last 72 minutes of her working hours, she will normally meet her boss. All right? So basically what I'm doing is you're adding up all the time times y plus 72 over 60. 72 minutes of her working hours. Why I change this one, I divide with 60 to change it to hours, because everything there is in hours. So you plus that, it will be equal to y. Y is a number of working hours, a total number of working hours. So you just solve it to find y. You will see that she will work for 8 hours. Then she will leave the office at 4:30 p.m. All right. So the first step, the second step is just solving the equation that you see there. All right. A house has 4,400 square feet in total. Bedroom. So if you can see there, I'm doing it one by one. Bedroom occupy 2/5. Do you see 4,400 minus 2/5 of 4,400? Living room, now you minus again 1/4 times 4,400. And you minus again 1/10 times 4,400. And you will get the balance of it, all right, which is 1,100. Now the balance is split evenly among 3 bathrooms and the kitchen. So you take 1,100, divide 4. Why divide 4? 3 bathrooms and a kitchen, altogether 4, isn't it? So 275 square feet. If the owner wants to increase the size of the garage by 1/8, how many total square feet will the new garage have? So you first of all tell me what's the space of the old garage. 1/10 of the space, right? 1/10 times 4,400, which is 440. Now you want to increase by 1/8. Always remember, when you want to increase it by a certain amount, right? There's 2 ways to do it. Either you do the way I've done it here, 440 times 1/8, 1/8, or you take 440 times 1/8, get the value and add back. All right, so I always just like to, like I say, increase of 25%, you times 125%, right? Same thing here. Increase by 1/8, so you times with 1/8 directly. All right, so remember in the exams you got to put units. Your progressive check exams, make sure you have units done, written down. Next one, Jason drives to Johor. This one also I saw a lot of you made mistake. Do it one by one. All right, round trip is 212 kilometers. Can you see I've written it down? All right, Jason drives a Honda Civic. He needs to make 12 trips a month, 35 kilometers. So you write down one by one. So 1 month, first of all, 212 km each trip, right? 12 trips. How many kilometers altogether in 1 month? 2544. You take 12 because he makes 12 trips. Each trip is 212. They already told you round trip. Why round trip? Up and down. Okay? Up and down. So 212 times 12 is 2544. 1 year got 12 months because they ask you 1 year, isn't it? So 12 times 2544 altogether is 30,528 kilometers. The next thing they told you, 35 km need 1 liter. So 30,528 km need how many liter? So you cross multiply and you find it. Okay, you will get 872.23 liters. All right, you cross multiply and you find it. So 1 liter is 170. 872.23 liters, you multiply, you'll get 1482.79. A lot of you left your answer here, but always remember, nearest ringgit is a whole number. Nearest dollar, nearest ringgit, nearest kilometer, always whole number. All right, Johnny's monthly allowance is 125. His father increases by 25%. What I told you, increase by 25% means become 125%. So you 125% in other words is 1.25. I know a lot of you like to times with 25%, get the value and add back. No problem. But always find the shortest way to do it. All right. But Johnny hopes to get 180. Compute the increase. Increase or decrease in percentage, I've already taught you. Change divide original. Always change, divide original. So 180 minus original, which is 125, divide original. Students always make mistake here, must always divide original, understand? Kelly, who is a sales agent, sold the house for 409,000. She receives 3%. This is easy. Oh, most of you got this right. You just times 3%. That shouldn't be a problem. The second part also, you all got it right, most of you. She gives 2/5. What's 2/5? 2/5 of her commission. So from earliest answer. And deposits 40% of the balance amount into her savings. How much did Kelly deposit into her account? So you 3/5 times 14,700, then you times 0.4 of the balance, you will get 3528. Okay. Granny cooks some rice. She adds 4 cups of water to 3 cups of rice. So 4/3 equals to how many cups of water? X/5. All right. Okay. 5 cups. So X/5. Give your answer in mixed numerals. So it's 6/2/3 cups. You just cross multiply. You can find the answer. Joanne bought 12 meters of material. She made a dress with 3/8. What is 3/8? 3/8. And the balance was equally divided among her 2 siblings. What's the balance? 5/8, right? So you take 5/8 times 12, huh? You get 7.5 meters. So how many siblings she divided it with? 2, right? 7.5 divide 2, 3.75 meters. The price of a new Nissan has increased by 104. Most of you got this right. Original price 32,000, new price. You just times 1/4 or 5/4 in other words. I don't know why this part you all got it wrong. All right, a nurse gave a patient 2.5 tablets of medication atropine sulfate. If each tablet contains 2/100, 200 is 2/100, okay, which is 0.02 grams, okay. 1 tablet is 0.02 grams. 2.5 tablets, how many? So you just multiply, you will get 50 mg. 200 is 2/100, all right? So that's about it for quiz 2.